Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all? Happy Halloween. We are so close to Halloween. It's only 2 days now. I think it's 29 today. I hope it is, and it will be on 31st. And yeah, I think today I chose a very different topic this time for the actual Halloween. I wanted to take you through my journey, my journey of making the whole Halloween series that we do on this channel, right? I always show you the final product, but I never tell you how I did something, how I planned it. And I think the planning part is the most fun part, even more fun than the execution part, right? You see the end product, but you don't understand, you don't know how I thought of something. So I thought, let me just take you inside the thought process. I'll explain it to you how I thought of a certain thing, and I'll just take you through each of the looks, right? And yeah, let's get into the video. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, I think let me just take you through the very first thing, which I think would be a question of many, that why am I so obsessed with Halloween? I think the reason of this would be, as a kid who used to love cartoons, हमारे time में जो cartoons आते थे, they were mostly not American, I would say Western cartoons. So in these cartoons, Halloween was always depicted as like a good occasion. Like जैसे हमारे यहाँ दिवाली होती है, they do have like Halloween, almost उसी level का उनका festival होता है Halloween, right? And if you have seen anything that comes from the western part of the world, Dracula, vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein monster, and everything, everything, there would be a certain element of this witches, witches are so, like, this is the most common thing, pumpkins and witches, you would understand the spirit of Halloween if you have seen anything like this. And I remember this one time, my mama, he lives in Canada, and I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, and this one time my mom told this to me, like it was 31st October, and my mom was like, mama and the family, they are celebrating Halloween today. And I was like, what is Halloween? And she explained it to me how Halloween is, this spooky festival about ghosts and, spooky paranormal stuff, right? I think that is how I can explain it to you. And I was like, how did I tell this to you? I was so impressed, and I was like, wow, ghost festival. And my mind, I have a good imagination power, my mind just went back to having a full moon and there is a werewolf and the werewolf is howling. That type of thing would be Halloween. And yeah, that is that. So yeah, I think that is one reason why I have always been very obsessed with Halloween. And the second reason why I'm very obsessed with this season is because this is my favorite season. Diwali is my favorite festival. This whole festive season that we have from Navratri to Diwali, and uske baad हमेशा मेरा birthday आता है, I just love it. This is like my favorite time of the year. सारा साल मैं इस time का wait करती हूँ. So that is one reason why I have this undying excitement about this. So I think that is how I can sum up my obsession for this season. And the second thing is also addressing one thing that last year I did not do the Halloween. I don't know why I was so bummed about not doing like 4 to 5 Halloween looks, because I just life just happened and I couldn't do it. मेरे पास उस टाइम पर ये चॉइस थी कि या तो मैं अब Halloween कंप्लीट करूँ या मैं अपनी बर्थडे सीरीज कंप्लीट करूँ, बिकॉज दोनों नहीं हो पाते, राइट? सो आई थॉट कि 2020 में हमने पूरी Halloween की सीरीज की थी 6 लुक्स के साथ, सो 2021 के लिए हम बर्थडे सीरीज को थोड़ी ज़्यादा प्रायोरिटी देते हैं. एंड 2022 के अंदर नाउ आई गॉट बैक द Halloween with 5 looks, right? And there will be birthday series as well. It will be only 2 looks just like we did in 2020. So yeah, I'm just keeping a healthy balance of things over here. Right, so let's start with the first look. So the first look that went up was the very affordable orange fall glam. Now, so if you remember, in the very starting of this year, I reviewed SFR color ke brown palettes, right? 3 of the brown palettes that are the ripoff of Huda Beauty. एंड उसमें से एक पैलेट था जो बिल्कुल प्रॉपर लाइक फॉल की स्पिरिट को कैप्चर करता था. इट हैज़ दोज ब्राउन्स एंड पम्पकिन टोन्स, एंड इट वाज एट दैट मोमेंट आई न्यू कि इस साल मुझे इससे अपना स्टेपल ऑरेंज वाला लुक तो करना ही करना है. एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट आई डिड. आई डोंट थिंक उसके अंदर मैंने कोई बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ अलग किया था. दिस इज द लुक दैट आई ऑलवेज डू. आई रियली लाइक दैट होल ब्राउन pumpkinness going on the eye with this floral top and all that shenanigan. I think I really like that, right? So it was a very simple look, right? Let's move on to the second one. The second look, I think, I think in terms of creativity, this was my most favorite look. I went there with the creativity. So this look, Ratnavati wala look, is mostly inspired by Bhool Bhulaiya. If you remember that song Ami Je Tumar by Kiara Advani, that song where Kiara is like, she's almost possessed, you know, and a little bit of Manjulika into it. This was my base of, you know, mujhe kya karna hai is look ke liye. Then I brainstormed a little bit ki if we go by a Bollywood movie, what is the reason that a person would turn into a ghost? And I just went to the thing jahan pe Raz ne she loved Aditya, but Aditya was in love with Sanjana. There was this weird love triangle, and that girl, she kills herself. Also, जो second चीज़ मुझे याद आई थी, if you remember that रेखा वाली movie which was खून भरी मांग, जिसमें Kabir Bedi होता है, right? Kabir Bedi and Rekha has this scar on her face, and she was like very behenji. Then Kabir Bedi, he pushes Rekha in मगरमच्छ वाला पानी एंड ही थिंक्स रेखा मर गई है एंड उसको लगता है कि उसको अब सारा पैसा मिल जाएगा, बट रेखा प्लास्टिक सर्जरी करवाकर वापस आती है अपने घर में अपने बच्चों के पास. शी किल्स कबीर बेदी, उनको मगरमच्छ में ही धक्का दे देती है, मगरमच्छ वाले पानी में ही उसको धक्का देके उसको मार देती है एंड गेट्स हर फैमिली बैक. इफ यू रिमेंबर दैट मूवी, आई थिंक द बेस ऑफ दिस स्टोरी इज वेरी सिमिलर टू खून भरी मांग, है ना. द सेम थिंग कि उसने पैसे के लिए शादी की, फिर उसको मार देता है, फिर वो वापस आती है, बट just for Ratnavati, she died. She didn't come back alive. So yeah, I wanted to do this thing that once she was alive and then she just died. And Ratnavati वाली जो reel थी, जो very first reel बेपनाह प्यार है वाली, let me just tell you. So जब मैंने ये सोचा था ना कि मैं ये वाला लुक करूँगी आत्मा से रिलेटेड, मुझे पता था कि आमी जे तुम्हार वाले गाने पे तो मुझे 100% करना ही करना है. एंड हाउ आई वुड डू इट वुड बी कि शुरू में मैं दिखाऊंगी कि दिस इज हाउ आई एम गेटिंग रेडी, एंड देन देयर वुड बी दिस लुक विच वुड बी अ प्रॉपर इंडियन लुक, एंड देन नेक्स्ट ट्रांजिशन वुड बी मी टर्निंग इनटू एन आत्मा. ठीक है. सो आई वॉज थिंकिंग कि अब मैं इसको कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करूंगी. सो आमी जे तुम्हार तो ऑब्वियस था कि ये करना ही करना है, बट आई वॉन्टेड अ सॉन्ग जो बिल्कुल प्रॉपरली कैप्चर करता दैट थिंग, है ना, कि प्यार में है बट देन she is like प्यार में है and everything, and then she dies and something happens to her, right? And you know what I thought, and you will be like surprised. Krishna Cottage is one of those movies that is this cult horror movie, है ना. And I remember this song. Oh my God, बेपना प्यार है वाला song that has the total spirit of that spookiness, and I really like how that really turned out. I think this वाले look की जो reels थी ना, मुझे सच में अच्छी लगी. How they just captured the spirit of भूत, है ना. So yeah, this was the second look. I think this look was the most, जिसके अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा element था. Third look was the pumpkin वाला. So if you remember 2020 में मैंने जो एक look किया था, है ना, जिसमें मैंने half side तो normal makeup था और half side था sugar skull, you know, skull वाला look था. I wanted to do face painting वाला look also this year, but मुझे skull नहीं करना था. So I think pumpkin वाला जो ये look था ना, मैंने last year के लिए decide किया हुआ था. So मेरा process ये था कि जो मैंने 2020 में एक pumpkin वाला look किया था, this very cute pumpkin with orange eyes और उस पर pumpkin की डंडी बनी हुई है, I want this to come back as a spooky monster, and that was the basic of that look, है ना. So yeah, I think pumpkin वाला बहुत easy था. I swear pumpkin वाली वो पूरी 2-3 रील करने में मुझे सिर्फ 1.5 घंटा लगा था, और मुझे सिर्फ ये लुक करने में आज 2 घंटे लग गए हैं already, and I'm still not done. Okay, so yeah, that was a very short, sweet, to the mark thing. I did it pretty quickly. I really like that look, right? Also, if you have seen for this year, मैंने proper जो normal tutorials generally में जो हम post करती हूँ, मैंने उस तरह के tutorials post नहीं किए. I try to keep tutorials very funky as well, है ना, कि मैंने कोशिश की थी कि मेरे tutorials में भी कुछ अलग element हो, एक normal casual tutorial नहीं होने चाहिए. And yeah, that is another thing I wanted to tell you. Now, the fourth look that we did was this gothic look. Like, you know, I usually do a very gothic look every time, you know. There was this time when I did the Scorpio look, then another time there was vampire, there was this witch look as well. So एक goth based look मुझे बहुत पसंद है करना, and I wanted to do that. So if you remember, इस साल में Kourtney Kardashian, she got married, और उसकी शादी की theme थी gothic bride, right? So the whole theme of the wedding was very gothic, है ना. And जो Kylie का उसमें look था ना, that was the basics of my whole look, because मुझे वो look actually बहुत अच्छा लगा था. You know, it has that proper thing to her, like that let's say this, that gothicness, that spookiness sort of, if you understand what I mean, है ना? And another trend that went viral this year was siren eyes, and I just combined both of them and I did that. So we did that look. And also इसके लिए जब मैंने रील्स बनाई थी, what reels did I make? Yeah, I think इसकी जो एक मैंने ट्यूटोरियल की रील बनाई थी टेलर स्विफ्ट वाली, it is a very funny story. So this one random day, what happened was, usually ना I was listening to music, है ना, and Look What You Made Me Do, the song by Taylor Swift, वो आया. एंड जब मैं उस गाने को सुन रही थी ना, उस टाइम पे जब वो स्पेशली वो वाला पॉइंट आया था, ओह शी इज डेड, दैट वाज, तब मुझे स्ट्राइक किया कि this part just goes so well with the whole thing that I want to do. And I think उसके अगले दिन या शायद एक आधे दिन का ही फर्क था जब मैंने शूट किया था, and that is how I came up with that idea. And similarly, इस वाले लुक के लिए जो मैंने बेबी डॉल वाला ट्रांजिशन किया था, वो भी सेम ही था. I was just listening to this song and I was like, my God, this is baby doll and I'm going to do a doll makeup. So this is so on brand. Let's do this. And I just got that song. But you know, ironically, इस वाले ट्रांजिशन में थोड़ी गड़बड़ हो गई है. I don't know how I'm going to fix it because मैंने बीच का थोड़ा सा पार्ट एक्चुअली शूट करना भूल गई हूँ, बट आई थिंक इफेक्ट्स के थ्रू या समथिंग उसको थोड़ा ठीक कर दूंगी. थोड़ी सी गलती हो गई, राइट? And yeah, so this was this look. Now initially, let me show you the look I actually wanted to do for the doll one. It was something like this, right? Or you can say something like this, yeah? So I wanted to do this type of look, but I think for some reason it just didn't work well for my eye shape. I don't know what happened. It wasn't looking good as much as I wanted it to, and so I had to change it and I came up with this one. So yes guys, I hope you loved how I narrated you the ideas. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll meet you next video guys. Bye bye and happy Halloween.